All right, so if you're here, you've probably already done the research. You know what TRT is, you know how it works, and you're just trying to figure out which company is actually legit. I've looked into a few, and this one, PeterMD, really stood out for a few reasons, both good and bad. But now, before you sign up, I'm going to walk you through the whole process, how it works, and what I wish I'd known before starting. And if you do end up deciding to try it, there's a deal that saves you up to $480 if you use the link below or scan that convenient little QR code on screen. All right, let's start with what happens when you sign up. So PeterMD is a full telehealth TRT provider. Everything's online, but it's still handled by licensed US doctors. You start with a short health assessment on their site. It takes maybe 5 minutes. They'll ask you about your energy, mood, sleep, and goals, and then set you up with a blood test at a nearby Quest diagnostic lab. That part's actually really important because a lot of other services advertise same-day TRT without even checking your levels, which is a red flag. PeterMD doesn't do that. They make sure you actually need it before prescribing anything. If you've already had recent labs, they can use those too, which is nice because it speeds things up. Now, once my results came in, one of their doctors went through everything. My labs, my symptoms, all of it. They then built a plan that actually made sense for me. It wasn't just a quick, yeah, you qualify thing. You could tell they actually looked at everything before moving forward. After that, the meds showed up right at my door. The box was simple and discreet with clear instructions inside, nothing weird or awkward about it. The whole process just felt organized and professional. So yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Now let's talk about the meds themselves, because this is where a lot of services differ. When it comes to the actual treatment, they use testosterone cypionate. That's the standard stuff most clinics use, and it's what I ended up with too. It's an injectable, and the dose depends on your lab so they can get you back into a healthy range safely. If you're not into injections, they also have oral options. There are these little dissolvable tabs called troches, and they're simple to use. Some plans include HCG to help keep fertility up while you're on TRT, and if your estrogen levels start to rise, they'll balance it out with what's called an aromatase inhibitor. What stood out to me was that they don't try to overdo it. The doctors focus on getting things balanced instead of cranking your levels up just so you feel something faster. It's a steady approach that feels a lot more sustainable long term. When I first started, it wasn't a huge change right away. It just kind of built up over time. The first few weeks, I was still tired most days, but every now and then I'd notice little things, like I'd finish at the gym and not crash on the couch right after. Small stuff, but it felt different. Then a bit later, maybe a month or two, and things started to feel normal again. I wasn't dragging through the day as much, actually wanted to go out or do stuff after work instead of just calling it at night. And then by around 3 months, that's when I really noticed it working. My mornings felt a lot easier. I could focus again, and I just felt like myself again. After a bit, they check in on you, usually around 3 months in. It's just to see how things are going and make sure everything still looks good. It doesn't feel awkward or clinical. It's more like a quick touch base that lets you know someone's actually paying attention instead of just sending you meds and moving on. They've got an app too, and honestly, it's pretty good. You can message your doctor right in there, see your blood work, and track things if you want. I don't use every feature, but it's nice having it all in one place. It makes the whole setup feel more personal, like they're actually keeping an eye on you. So for the cost, it's all laid out really clearly. The monthly price covers everything: your treatment, doctor check-ins, and ongoing support. No surprise charges or hidden stuff later. That was a big thing for me. I didn't have to guess or do math every month. It's just one price, and it includes everything I actually needed. When I first started, I didn't realize how much detail actually went into the process. Do a quick blood test before getting started, and honestly, that part made me feel better about it. It's not just some quick sign up where they just send you stuff. They actually look through your results and make sure it's the right move for you. Now, once I got going, I learned it's all about staying consistent. You've got to keep up with the check-ins and the follow-ups, but that's what makes it work. When you stick with it, that's when you start to feel things level out again. And I'll admit it, I was skeptical at first, but when I got my follow-up labs and saw my numbers back in range, it clicked. That's why they take their time with everything. They actually care about getting it right, not just rushing people through. The whole setup feels safe and professional. They keep an eye on your levels, make adjustments if something's off, and you never feel like left to figure it out on your own. So yeah, for me, it's been simple, structured, and easy to stay on top of. If you want to check it out, there's a link in the description, or you can just simply scan the code on screen. And if you've already tried it or gone through another provider, drop your experience in the comments. It'll help other guys see what actually works.